So today's look is focused on vegan and affordable cosmetics. I'm going to be using the Barium Dazzle Dusts, which the shades I am using are vegan and cruelty-free and affordable in the UK, but you can always go to Barium website and order. I'm also going to be using the Kiss My Face Peacekeeper Cosmetics Lipstick in Paint Me Loving. Also you can get these at Sprouts or Henry's. Also the Zoya Hot Lips lip glosses, they're $6 a piece. So fairly affordable makeup tutorial. I hope that you enjoy the look, and thanks so much for watching. So first things first, I'm going to take a little bit of a sticky base, and we're going to use Urban Decay's 24/7 shadow pencil, and this is in Barracuda. It's just a really pretty sort of soft shimmery black, kind of charcoaly. I like these a lot more than the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. They're kind of a cross between MAC's Grease Paint Sticks and NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. So they're not going to like firm up or dry out too fast like the MAC ones will, but they're not as sticky and over-the-top creamy as the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils, which are known to cause people a great deal of creasing. So I think this is a nice medium. Just definitely going to get the color really dark and penciled in. Kind of just want a very dark transitional gradient with the pencil. I'm going to take a little bit of Urban Decay's 24/7 eyeliner in Yeyo. I don't believe they have a pencil that's white or a shadow pencil that's white. I'm just going to take my eyeliner and then just draw around the tear duct. I'm also going to draw in the very arch of the brow. I just really wanted that on right now because I know the pigments are going to be like really rich and intense. So now I'm going to be using a little bit of number 97 Barium Dazzle Dust. If you don't have anything like this, you can take any sort of dark green eyeshadow. Humid from MAC. I know Wet n Wild has a dupe of Humid from MAC. So any really green eyeshadow, it doesn't have to be a loose pigment. And I'm just going to pat that all over the top of Barracuda. And then I'm just going to sort of contour with the chisel of the Bamboo Chic medium handle brush to sort of get that color going. It's very glittery, but not like too obnoxiously glittery. It's just there. Pack a little into the center of the lid and then start on the next eye. I'm going to take Barium Dazzle Dust in number 39. This has always reminded me of Steal a Kitten. So any just shimmery, champagne-y tone will do. Does not have to be this. I don't always take a champagne color as a transition color, but sometimes when I'm working with a very intense, like dark, shimmery, all-over look, it's kind of really pretty just to have that marriage of the same finish on a really intense smoky eye. Kind of makes it look mysterious. And since it's all shimmery, even though it's like super intense and dark, that kind of alone helps brighten up and make the eye appear a little bit more lifelike. Now I'm going to take number 98. The very first color was number 97, and it was sort of like a Dazzle Dust version of Humid, if you will. Now 98 is sort of bluey and purpley. It's got a lot of different undertones though. It really reminds me of those eyeshadows that came out with Venomous Villains, the two mineralized ones. This looks like the two different colors, like sort of broken and placed in a jar. This number 98 I highly recommend. Never mind that, tapping off your brush releases all the pigment. So just don't wear any foundation first. I never recommend wearing foundation anyways, even with densely packed color, just in case. It's just not necessary to have to go back in and correct your whole face, in case any mistake should happen. I also like to do it last, that way your foundation looks really fresh and pretty by the time you're ready to bolt out the door. And we're just going to, oops, out of that bag and make noise. Glad I stopped. Definitely glad. Alright, so I'm just going to take that makeup remover wipe. Please excuse the barking dog. I'm sure his bark isn't pleasant. Can't wait for him to get bigger so he can no longer bark like that anymore. Alright. Now I'm just going to go back over the inner crease. I don't really want to add another color, and I certainly don't want a dark color because the eye just won't look pretty anymore. And even though every look of mine most certainly doesn't have to be pretty, I want it to have a, you know, a level of flattery, I guess you could say. I don't want it to not flatter the face at all. I don't want it to swallow the face or envelop the face in any way. I like bold makeup looks, but I don't want my makeup to wear me. Now I'm more than positive that Barium would make sort of like a shimmery light highlight shade. I actually don't have one of those, so next time I do a swap with anyone from the UK, I'll probably ask for a Barium highlight color, because I just realized I don't think I own one. But I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of Virgin. So forgive me, I really tried to kind of stick with the whole Barium thing. But I will be taking a vegan color. I'm trying to get the whole eye down as a vegan eye. So we're just going to pack down a little bit of that. And you could take any highlight color. This is just a fairly basic one. You do not have to use this Naked palette. I also saw a dupe of the Naked palette from Goth makeup artist NYX Nude on Nude. I'm not the biggest NYX eyeshadow fan, but that's your alternative. It's actually pretty dead on cast off. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Urban Decay's 24/7 liner in 0, and we're just going to line the waterline. And underneath the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Barium Dazzle Dust in number 72, just this bright green Dazzle Dust, and I'm going to take my MAC 212 which is just a synthetic brush by MAC, and because of its make, it gets in really nice at the lash line, and I'll sort of add some brightness to the actual eye itself. I think the idea of the look would be spoiled if I added any green to you know, the inner crease or whatever, because it's supposed to be a dark look. So I'll just leave it there to brighten the eyes. You can actually add some to the center of the crease if you want it to be bright, but I'm going to leave it nice and dark. I'm going to take a little bit of Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid liner, and we're just going to line the upper lash line. This is a vegan pen from a cruelty-free brand. Not all Stila cosmetics are vegan. Some do have animal byproducts in them. The only thing I own from Stila that's not vegan is Kitten eyeshadow. Everything else, like this and this, these are vegan, and I believe their other their shimmer pens and their Stay All Day waterproof liquid liners are vegan as well. Kitten, unfortunately, is not a vegan shade, but I do believe that their glitter liner in Kitten is vegan. Now, I do love false eyelashes. I have a whole drawer, and I know I don't use false eyelashes all too often, just because it does wear down your natural eyelashes, and I don't want to be a slave to false eyelashes because I've worn down my natural pair. That, and I kind of like my work to speak for itself, so I don't like my looks to necessarily be overcome by a pair of false lashes, even though I do love them. But I think this look could go for a set just because it is so dark, and it'll make the eye look a little sultry and pretty. I'm going to be taking a very simple pair though. I'm going to take Demi number 120s. These are Ardell's, and because they're human hair that's, you know, not derived from you know, an animal, it's technically vegan, but if you're not comfortable with using any kind of hair from any like living source, even a human, you can get synthetic lashes from NYX or Urban Decay. So I just applied my face powder, Inglot's YSM, which stands for Young Skin Makeup, in my shade, and then a little bit of Urban Decay's 24/7 lip liner in Wicked. Now I'm going to take Peacekeeper Cosmetics Paint Me Loving lipstick, which is kind of a nice dupe of Sea Sheer in a way, almost like Ravishing, and Sea Sheer had a baby. Try to get that saturated on until the lipstick melts up a bit. When it does, it'll be more pigmented. And a little bit of Zoya Glossy Lip Balm in Hot Lips. Just this really pretty sort of cantaloupe color. These are pretty pigmented. Not as pigmented as lip tars though, because those are more like liquid lipsticks. This is a lip gloss. It's not too too sticky. It's really nice. Has a nice flavor to it, and it's very hygienic and just very airtight little tube. You can really only get like a little bit out at a time because it's very hygienic and airtight. Alright, so that's all for now, and thanks for watching.